Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Wayne County has run out of the Pfizer vaccine. Coming up, when it will have more and where people can get vaccinated.
Violence erupts inside Metro Airport over the size of a carry-on, with a baby caught right in the middle of it all.
They call themselves the Shelby Five. Tonight they're calling on the new Macomb County prosecutor to drop the case against them. The five were arrested last fall during a protest against the Shelby Township police chief.
Started peacefully until protesters and police clashed in the streets. Priya Mann live tonight. That group, Priya, has a message for the new prosecutor, Pete Lucido, ahead of their court appearance tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right, Devin and Kim. They say even though these charges were filed under an interim prosecutor, it's now in the hands of Pete Lucido as the newly elected prosecutor for Macomb County, and they want him to drop the felonies against these five.
We are prepared to keep showing up and demanding accountability.
Detroit Will Breathe is defending the so-called Shelby Five, protesters arrested during an anti-police brutality demonstration in October.
When we started marching and had that violent attack on us by the police, that turned into anger. Because this is exactly what we're fighting against.
Shelby Township police say they made arrests after marchers disobeyed orders to remain on the sidewalk and started blocking traffic. One woman was recorded in the back of a patrol car breaking free of her restraints and taking off her clothing.
At the end of the day, those who break the law should go ahead and pay for their crimes, and those that don't break the law will never get charged.
Macomb County prosecutor Pete Lucido says people have the right to peacefully protest, but they must respect the law.
I only can say that justice will prevail if they feel that they have a defendable case, and justice will be served if the prosecution makes their case.
Detroit Will Breathe says they were protesting in Shelby Township after the police chief posted inflammatory comments against BLM protesters. Chief Robert Shelide was suspended without pay for a month and ultimately allowed to return.
People are being punished for crimes they didn't commit. And the police need to be held accountable. These charges need to be dropped, and Robert Shelide needs to be fired.
And those five protesters were charged with resisting, obstructing, or assaulting a police officer. They have a court appearance at 10 tomorrow in Mount Clemens. Detroit Will Breathe is planning to have a protest and car rally outside of Prosecutor Lucido's office. Of course, we will have the very latest. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya.
Saturday at 2 p.m. That's when Wayne County ran out of its supply of Pfizer vaccine, forcing the county to cancel 2 days of appointments. It's another sign of how the coronavirus vaccination plan in Michigan is lagging. But with this setback comes a small step forward. Jason Colthorpe live tonight with big changes to how Wayne County is doling out shots. Jason, good evening.
Good evening, Kim. And let's be clear. The people who have gotten the first dose of the Pfizer vaccine will get the second dose. But after that, it's gone and it's done. They're going to be getting the Moderna vaccine now, the county is, and they're getting more of it. Since first rolling out the vaccine in mid-December, Wayne County has vaccinated 6,500 people in phases 1A and 1B, but still has 40,000 to go, including 20,000 teachers and 5,000 law enforcement personnel.
We're still at the very, very early stages because of just the sheer volume of people that require that vaccine.
If vaccinating were a voyage, Wayne County's chief health strategist, Dr. Mohamed Hamami, would say we've just set sail and already a change in course.
We've been told by the state that we are receiving now a shipment of the Moderna vaccine versus the Pfizer. We're not sure why it seems that this is what is available now. We're happy to receive any vaccine, to be honest with you.
The shift in operation will add a new vaccination site at Schoolcraft College, which allows the county to go from 1,100 shots a day of the Pfizer vaccine to 2,700 a day of Moderna, if it can get the doses it needs from the state, which so far has not been the case.
If the state can guarantee a fixed amount at a fixed frequency, then that would help us a lot in the planning phases. Right now, again, if I order 5,000 this week, I wouldn't know till early next week if I'm getting the full 5,000 or if I'm getting 1,000 only. And that makes it very challenging to plan.
very challenging. And while they're not getting all the vaccine that they want, they do have a good working relationship with the state. We also want to pass along one other piece of good news. This is something we told you could happen last week. Well, the health systems will now start vaccinating everyone 65 and older in Wayne County, which takes a huge part of the population off the plate of the county. And so now that they start doing that, it's a huge help going forward. In Wayne County tonight, Jason Coulthard, Local 4.
What happens? Okay, Jason, thank you. President Trump, meanwhile, tonight announcing he will lift travel restrictions from Europe and Brazil.
However, the incoming Biden administration quickly responded, saying it plans to keep the restrictions in place and will block that order from taking effect. Tomorrow, President-elect Biden will speak at the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool to honor the lives lost to COVID-19. Here in our state, 20 more Michiganders have died from the virus in the past 2 days, and the state reporting 2,843 new cases over those 48 hours as well. 2 passengers are arrested and another ticketed when a disagreement over luggage turns violent at Metro Airport.
Tonight, Spirit Airlines is defending its employees, saying they were attacked.
Oh my God. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Cell phone video there went viral on social media, showing a Spirit Airlines worker get taken to the ground last night while Flight 646 to Atlanta was boarding. Investigators say it was all because agents asked the passengers to verify their carry-on bags were the right size. The confrontation also featured several people unmasked and a woman holding a baby. Fortunately, that baby was pulled away before 2 passengers tackled that Spirit employee to the ground. One of the 2 employees was hospitalized due to his injuries.
The U.S. Capitol remains on high alert as we get closer to Wednesday's inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden. Tonight, nearly 200,000 flags are on display on the National Mall, representing Americans unable to attend the inauguration due to the pandemic and security threats. 21,000 troops are now deployed in Washington, D.C. to alleviate concerns about possible threats from within. All National Guard troops in Washington have gone through additional background screening. The head of the D.C. National Guard says that vetting process has not flagged any issues with incoming troops.
We're not taking any chances. This is 3 times the number of guardsmen we would normally have in support of the United States Secret Service.
Wednesday will also mark the first time in more than 150 years that the outgoing president will not attend his successor's swearing in.
An elderly couple is killed in a house fire on Detroit's west side. This all happened on Tracy Street, just south of 8 Mile near Schaefer. Investigators say one of the victims was bedridden while the other used a walker. Neighbors say they were alerted to the fire after hearing a loud explosion.
It was a loud boom. It sounded like people were shooting, like you didn't know what it was at first.
There was 2 oxygen tanks that wasn't apparently exploded as well, so that made it worse.
The oxygen tanks are not, though, believed to have started the initial fire. The cause remains under investigation.
Former Governor Rick Snyder due back in court tomorrow morning for the first time since being charged last week in the Flint water crisis. Snyder faces 2 counts of willful neglect of duty. Both charges are misdemeanors. He pleaded not guilty during his arraignment last week. Former director of the Flint Department of Public Works, Howard Croft, also expected in court tomorrow. He is also charged with 2 counts of willful neglect of duty. Legendary musician and Detroiter Stevie Wonder among the many across the world remembering Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. today.
In a video, Stevie Wonder read an open letter to Dr. King, and he's also asking for the incoming Biden administration to establish a commission on equality.
Dr. King, these times require courage, as they did when you lived and paid the ultimate price. On this day, a day in your honor, I pledge to have the courage to say what I see and acknowledge what I hear.
Locally, 2 events were held in Southfield. There was a car parade and virtual program held in place of an annual walk at Hope United Methodist Church. And at Triumph Church, there was a drive-in ceremony and food giveaway for families in need. Still ahead, a new study reveals the ugly side effects of eating fried foods.
Why just adding fries to your meal can put you at a risk. Let's check in with Ben.
Devin and Kim, we have snow showers exiting tonight. We've got more on tap for tomorrow, and we're not done with it for the end of the week. We'll look at that and some warmer temperatures sandwiched in between coming up.
How sweet the sound.
But first, a local nurse who went viral last year is just hours away from a performance of a lifetime.